Today, John O'Leary, leading the Dublin team in this parade, plays his 66th consecutive championship game, a record, and he captains this team. Let's now have a look at the Dublin lineup that starts the 1995 All-Ireland final. Kieran Walsh, missing last year, in for his final place because of injury to regular fullback Dermot Deasy. Paddy Moran is listed at number 3, but who will mark Peter Canavan? Otherwise, the Dublin team is the usual shape. Top scorer Charlie Redmond, doubtful all week, 30 points from 4 championship games this year, and the much-hyped Jason Sherlock has scored 2 goals and 3 points. Tyrone have broken away from the parade. They have not paraded around the hill, and that has not gone down too well with the Dublin supporters on the hill. They've broken away, gone into the other half of the field, and Dublin parade alone. Most unusual. Let's check on the Tyrone team that starts the game. They start unchanged from the team that beat Galway 5 weeks ago. Scorer-in-chief for Tyrone, number 14, Peter Canavan, who has won 3 Man of the Match awards in 4 championship games and has scored 1 goal, 27 points. 10 of this Tyrone team have been on the score sheet, all the forwards, both midfielders and 2 of the half-backs. And for substantial backup, they've got 2 goals and 5 points worth of talent on the bench. Matty Medlinan, and despite what we heard at the top of the programme, Adrian Cush. I still think if things are going badly for Tyrone, pain or no pain, Adrian Cush will play in this All-Ireland final. And we're about ready for the final of 1995. It's on. First free to Dublin. Jason Sherlock knocked down the defender. And here is the most familiar number 14 in the world of Gaelic football. Right in front of the hill. And Peter Canavan starts the All-Ireland final where he's finished all the other games. Peter McGrath.
Just the start that Tyrone needed. And indeed, in these opening exchanges, Dublin are looking the more nervous team. Great work again by Kieran McBride to win possession, and Peter Canavan easily slotted over first point. Great start for Tyrone.
Paddy Moran marking Kieran McBride, Kieran Walsh on Canavan, and Keith Galvin's been left with Stephen Lawn. This is Keith Galvin. Good block on it by Lawn, one of the twins from Ballinamona, Moortown. McDeegan. Looking down there for Desi Farr. Lovely piece of fielding in there by Seamus McCallum. Comes off the feet of Paddy Moran. In goes Kieran Loughran. Down to Stephen Lawn. Pushed to the ground by Keith Galvin. Hauled to the ground by Keith Galvin. Free kick just inside the 45-metre line. And the message goes out to Peter Canavan. Now, what are the conditions like at Croke Park? Well, there's not much of a breeze. There is a slight change here. Canavan is kicking this from ground. Cools down, takes a deep breath. Peter Canavan, one of the great forwards of modern football or any football. That was Loughran, back to Fergal Logan. Looks up the line for McBride. Back into Fergal Logan again. Chasing player back is Jim Gavin for Dublin. Breaks out here to Peter Canavan. He can solo at either foot. He looks for the opening, gives it to Jody Gormley. It's brilliant football by Tyrone. Brilliant football by Tyrone. The finish by Jody Gormley, but the maker, Canavan again. Keith is one of the best long-range kickers of a ball in football. This is quite a distance out, 60 metres. That's beautifully struck. That's a wonderful point by Barr. There's no better long ball kicker in the game. And now, Charlie Redmond. How bad is the leg? If you do that well with an injured leg, there are dozens of men around this country who would love to have injured legs. Pat O'Neill won All-Ireland with Dublin, of course, and great half-back line of 1976-77. Paul Clark. See, obviously Charlie Redmond's not up to the longer ones today. And this is Paul Clark, just inside 45, nicely struck with real authority. Very good point indeed by Paul Clark. Very good score. 14 minutes gone in the first half at Croke Park. The sides are level. 3 points apiece. Keith Barr with the free kick. Cross to Desi Farrell. Has he got the angle right? Yes, he has. That's a great point off his left leg by Desi Farrell, and Dublin have the lead. Rising high, Kieran Corr, and he gets it too. And he'll have to battle again for it, but here's Paul Clark for Dublin. Cross the 45-metre line. Looks inside. What's he got on? He's got Sherlock nicking in behind the defence. Paul Devlin goes for it. And Redmond trying to get inside. Back to Sherlock. Bullet of a drive from Jason Sherlock. He's looking for a 45, but he ain't going to get it.
I thought the ball did take a touch there from a Tyrone defender. We will see now in the replay as Charlie burrows his way through. Lays it back very... Possibly not, no, just wide.
Another fine kick by McConnell. Fine fetch by the skipper, Kieran Corr, down to Peter Canavan. Held up by Kieran Walsh. And fouling Canavan 35 metres from your own goal is a bit akin to walking up to the scoreboard and sticking down a point. Canavan looking for the equaliser, 18 minutes gone. It'll be a question on the quiz shows in years to come. When did Peter Canavan last miss a free kick? That is a trip. This is Desi Farrell. That's over the black spot, and the white flag is raised. Peter Canavan will take the free, need we say, and one more time he's taking it from ground. Aiming at the far post, no doubt. And there you have it. Peter Canavan has scored 4 points and 3 of them off the ground today. Paul Curran. Little push on the back, it would appear. Mick Galvin on it. Ronan McGarity here for Tyrone. Kieran Corr. Paul Beelan's jump, down without ball. Kieran Loughran, Tyrone, has a look up. He's a good man to hold it and buy a little bit of time, but he's up against a good one. Paul Curran. Curran to Jim Gavin. Des Farrell has time, has space, and has the accuracy to match it. Desi Farrell puts Dublin ahead. It's 6-5.
That man Farrell again. Great work by Paul Curran, giving the ball down the line. And great pass inside. And Farrell measures the distance and strikes the ball very, very confidently.
Here's a man who's gone through a whale of work for Tyrone, is Fergal Logan. He to Seamus McCallum. Again is Paul Curran. Curran playing a mighty game for Dublin. To Beelan. McGalvin. Now it's Jason Sherlock, 1-on-1 with Big McConville. Got the touch all right, and it's in the net. It's a goal for Dublin. Charlie Redmond. Sore leg or no sore leg? But interestingly enough, Charlie Redmond limped badly away from that incident. It was Jason Sherlock 1-on-1 with McConville.
Sherlock did all the good work here. He was very brave going in here, managed to slip it through. McConnell wasn't given much cover. His full back line was nowhere. And certainly from that distance, Charlie couldn't possibly miss. They've taken in Matt McGlean and probably done the right thing, because it'll give him the feel of the game in the last couple of minutes before half-time.
The arrival of McGlean at corner forward means that Stephen Long has gone officially to left half forward. Does some of his best work anyway. It's coming from deep. Clark. What a match this man's having. He's absolutely brilliant today. Paul Curran. If they were giving the man of the match award at this moment, there'd be no contest.
He is so good at coming forward. He's such a fine athlete. He's always so fit, and he ran into the space there, went up the field, leaving people in his wake, and struck the ball so confidently.
2 minutes to half-time. The line that Peter Canavan stands upon is the 21-metre line. And he puts it over the bar for what is his 5th point of the game, to reduce it 1-7 to 6 points.
It's a point that Tyrone needed, really, as we approach the half-time break. Dublin have been playing confidently now for this past 10 minutes, but if Tyrone can keep pegging away and keep in touch, then that's the main thing at this stage for them.
Well boxed by Jody Gormley to Kieran Corr. Corr looking for Canavan. Canavan's layoff. It's a good one. Now it's Stephen Lawn. Jody Gormley just behind him. With Kieran Walsh with the rob. Up to Sherlock. Chris Lawn, the nearest defender. Sherlock looking inside for Farrell. Desi Farrell. Jim Gavin. Over the bar. Point for Dublin and for Jim Gavin, the airline pilot. In the side because he works and works, Peter. That's why they have him, but he can score as well.
He can, of course, and he took that particularly well, but the score really came from the fact that further up the field, Stephen Lawn lost possession, Dublin counter-attacked, and Tyrone are punished very, very severely.
Pascal Canavan, Kieran McBride. Got a fair deal of ball today, hasn't scored yet though. "35 minutes have elapsed. McBride feeling the rigours of big match day. Paddy Moran could be wearing that 13 shirt, he's so close to him so often. That's it. We'll have no more in the half. Dublin have scored a goal at 8 points. Tyrone have scored 6 points. It's a bit of a deficit to haul back for Tyrone. But for Tyrone fans all over the world, watching and listening, may we remind you of the Ulster semi-final. Not alone were the points down, they were men down, and they came back for victory. Looking we are now for the first score of the second half. And apart from the value of the points, psychological, this is a very important moment for Canavan and Tyrone. And the man is equal to the demands put upon him. And now it's 1-8 to 7. 4 points between them.
As you say, a very important score for Tyrone, and I feel that the Dublin full back line is weak, and if Tyrone can get the ball in there earlier and more often, then I think they still have a great chance.
It was one in the air there by Beelan, played back to Deegan, shoved upfield by Dublin, but they can't get anything out of it. And here comes Tyrone coming back into it. McGarity playing it down to Canavan. Canavan feeding it into Kieran Corey's captain. Back to Canavan, shooting chance. Peter Canavan. His 7th point of the All-Ireland final. One goal between the sides. Remarkable. We've said it so often, and we'll say it again. Peter Canavan has now scored 8 points for Tyrone in this All-Ireland final. Big stakes. Curran to Deegan. Deegan to Sherlock. Sherlock to Clark. Nearest player is McLaughlin. Paul Clark's cross. Desi Farrell has it. Getting away from McCallan. It's a wonderful point by Desi Farrell. His 4th of the match. He's had a very good 1995, Des Farrell. And the Hill just love him. Paul Curran. Thomas Davis Club, Tala in Dublin. Up between Sherlock and Lawn. Charlie Redmond and Fergal Logan in a bit of a clash.
Both sets of players now realise that they're into the last 35 minutes of the championship, everything at stake. With the result, the tempers are just freeing a little bit.
Paul Devlin. Paul Devlin looks to be heading for the line. He's gone. And I think Charlie's going... No, Paul Devlin is not gone. Now, what's going on here? It looks like Charlie Redmond is being sent off. Yes, he is. Charlie Redmond has been sent off to fill his cup of woe completely full. The man whose penalty miss in last year's All-Ireland final may have turned the match. But isn't it remarkable how long it is since the name Peter Canavan was mentioned? Tyrone have simply been unable to get ball into him. Here's Paul Devlin with Jason Sherlock. Sherlock now has to go after Lawn. Batted down by Curran to Beelan. Inside to Farrell. Looking inside for Sherlock. But that was certainly Mutt and Jeff there, all right. Finbar McConnell out to Paul Donnelly. Donnelly Tyrone. Draws in Paul Clark. Good run this by Donnelly. Runs into the challenge for Pat Gilroy. The move is carried on by Kieran Corr. And Corr is floored. Great piece of play by Paul Donnelly to initiate that Tyrone attack. Donnelly in this sort of humour could lift the whole team, Peter.
Yes, indeed he could. He is a player with a great awareness. And he made a great run there. Corr then made a great run. Resultant free. And a chance for Canavan.
Peter Canavan. Yet another one. 9 points in this All-Ireland final for Peter Canavan. The record individual score in the final is 2 goals and 6 points. Nick Deegan. Kirit Barr. Paul Clark. Tyrone have backpedaled. Big one from Clark and a great point. A wonderful point by Paul Clark. Referee sorting out Curran, Moran and McBride. And Canavan puts it over the bar. He scored 5 points in the first half and he's now scored 5 points in the second half. Paul Curran's clearance into the hands of Ronan McGarity, the engineer at right back for Tyrone. Pascal Canavan, Jody Gormley, Peter Canavan, Brian Gormley runs into a sandwich, gets it back again to Ronan McGarity, drops it in along by John O'Leary. It's a free out. It's a free out. Does he know that time is up? Is a point good enough? Or will he lob it in the square and try and manufacture a goal? It's over the bar. Canavan has done it again. 11 points for him in the final. He's only 1 point away from the individual scoring record. Gets it up to Kieran Corr, the Tyrone captain, faced by Keith Barr, across the face of the goal. John O'Leary gets a hand to it. Here's Peter Canavan. It's touched it on the ground. That is not a score. No score. No score. Keith Barr's kick out. Referee's blowing. The referee has blown, and Dublin are the All-Ireland champions. A very competitive game, and Dublin win it by a single point. A single point at the end. When the Tyrone people are looking back on the match, they'll ponder this fact. They were only 1 point away from Dublin on the final score, but only 2 Tyrone men scored. One of them got 11 of the points. Final score, Dublin 1 goal and 10 points. Tyrone, no goals and 12. Sam is back in the capital.